Thanks for tapping in with 95 South TV, hosted by Icon Ian King J, bringing you the best news and media through the efforts of the community. We interview nonprofit organizations, business owners, school teachers, spiritual leaders, and anybody who has an impact in the community that has a remarkable backstory. These professionals that we bring on this show has a story that will wow you, that will knock your socks off. And with that being said, we want you to tune in, keep it locked. We want you to like, share, follow, and subscribe. Be a dedicated listener. Come in, and if you require to do an interview, you can definitely reach out to us at 95southpodcast@gmail.com.
What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Icon. Once again, we on 95 South TV. First and foremost, I got to thank God because without Him, would be no us to have this great opportunity to have great people and great conversations. Next, I want to introduce my right hand man. You know what I'm saying? Your baby mama favorite host, Barry White Jr. voice himself, Jacob the Great. What's going on, brother?
Hey man, glad to be in the land of the living. Another day, another chance to get it right.
So today, man, we got a star-studded lineup tonight, man. I was only told about a couple of people that I come on the line. We got all kind of folk on here tonight. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna let my man CP Lacey introduce himself because I know he got a show to do, and you see how he already in character. So I'm gonna let him kind of talk briefly about himself, and then we're gonna go to the rest of the panel.
Brother, I just want to say good afternoon and thank you for putting us on the platform. And I feel good. But look here, the main thing I want to do here is get right to the meat and potatoes of things. We're trying to sell some tickets to the hottest show that's going to be on February 21st at Harris Casino. If you don't have your ticket, brother, let me just say one word. Uh,
Okay, so real quick, CP, how did you kind of get started doing this impersonation thing? Just to let the people who don't know who you are know, you did some stuff with Apollo. You don't travel the world, the country with all kind of different celebrities. So how did you kind of get into this whole impersonation thing?
well, that's a very good question, brother. And the way I got started, to put a long story short, I was trying out for all the Broadway shows back in the day, in my early days of being an actor. And I asked one of the Broadway producers, well, how come you don't let those new people in? And he said, well, the reason is because if you're already famous, we got to use you. And I'm like, oh, you only using famous people? He said, yeah, brother. I said, I'm going to start acting like famous people then. And I never looked back. That was 30 years ago. Now I do almost over 35 characters traveling around the world. Everybody from James Brown, Michael Jackson, Stevie Wonder, Lionel Richie, Tina Turner, when the money's right.
Yeah, I have to see that Tina Turner one. I can't even picture that right now, so I
Well,
definitely have to see the Tina Turner.
don't make me laugh, brother. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
Oh man, so what's your favorite ones to do? What's your favorite character to do?
The one that's paying the most that week. And that's the
Oh,
only
so
I do like doing I really love doing Michael Jackson, Prince, James Brown, and Snoop Dogg. Those are my top four. Those are my top
you
four.
said Snoop Dogg? Oh Lord,
Yes,
I
sir.
definitely got to hear this one.
Oh yeah, you got to come to the CP LACEY show, man. You wouldn't believe.
So what do people ask for the most?
They ask for a lot of people ask for Michael Jackson. I don't
Oh, okay.
understand it. Even babies 5, 6, 7 years old sing Michael Jackson. Mommy, I want Michael Jackson at my birthday party. That's that's what it's all about. And CP LACEY gives you guaranteed full costume, full everything. Like if you come to this show at Harris Casino, February 21st, you're gonna see full costumes from everybody. We're not gonna shortchange nobody. Everybody gonna walk out of there saying, man, that was some kind of show at Harris Casino, February
O-
21st.
Okay, that's what's up. Jacob, got any questions?
Yeah, man. So, Mr. CP, man, with you doing a tribute like James Brown,
Uh-huh.
what does this actually mean to you as a artist, a actor, as a creative? Like what does it mean to you?
Well, it means a bunch to me because it takes me back full circle. When I was like 5, 6 years old, my mother and father used to throw house parties at the house, and they would wake me up 11 o'clock at night when they ran out of stuff to do and make me sing. So I would sing James Brown songs, and the grown folks would start throwing money at me. And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm not going to be no doctor. I already know what I'm going to be. When I was 5 years old, I already knew I was going to be James Brown or somebody very close to him. But I knew that from a young age. That's a great question, my brother.
Okay. And so when it comes to you giving some advice to up and coming creatives that may want to get onto Broadway, that may want to, do what you're doing and traveling all around the world and all around the globe, what's that one piece of advice that you would give them?
Well, I would say, look here, brother, sister, don't do it for the money. Don't do it for the money. Study your craft. Get your craft down pat. And if you're good at what you do, the money will come.
Okay.
All right. All right. I'll come back to you, my brother.
Okay, so I'm gonna take it up to the triple OGs at the top. I don't want to disrespect neither one of your brothers because I don't know who older who's the eldest out of the crew or whatever. Because both of y'all look good for y'all age. So I'm just gonna go for what I'm saying, whoever want to go first at the top. You know what I'm saying? And I want y'all to introduce yourselves. Can y'all hear me?
Well, I'm Pat. We were trying to figure out where the old guys were. You were
I didn't say old. I said elders. I didn't say old now. I said and I complimented you. I said who look good for their age. I said y'all look good for your age. So I've been trying to be my grandma raised. I'm raised in the South. My grandma raised me, so I always try to have respect. You know
nah,
what I'm saying?
bless you, brother. But when you said OG, I knew you was gonna go straight to the shade. I knew you. I'm Pastor
Hey,
D.
I wasn't gonna say that. I was gonna say that. I was like, you look like one of them old school gangsters. So I damn sure wasn't gonna disrespect him up there with them shades on. So I was just like, yeah, I just kind of let y'all decide.
I'm first of all, thank you so much for I joined the great CP Lacey, and I really mean that in the sense of one of our great performers, entertainers, and he's Black history himself at what he does. That history you mentioned through the Apollo and the characters that he does and what have you. And it's interesting. This will be Black History Month when we're there, so folks are looking for some way to honor Black history, then they can certainly come to the show. But so thank you for allowing us on the format. I'm Pastor D. I'm Pastor Derek D. Johnson, and I'm proud to be the pastor of the Joshua Harvest Church here in the city of Wilmington, and I'll be playing the role, I guess, of Bobby Bird, who was the best friend and partner of Brother James Brown, and that's an honor. So for me to do that, my background certainly lends itself to and to it in this sense. The reason why I'm doing it, a local pastor, probably the only non-professional actor that's in the thing. However, I believe that the whole of James Brown's life, the reason we have James Brown is due to my faith, due to Christianity. Bobby Bird don't be a Christian, the world don't get James Brown. Bobby Bird don't be a Christian guy going into a prison facility to sing to some brothers. He never connects with the man we now know as James Brown. If his family don't be Christian, they never welcome James Brown into their home. So this is a wonderful opportunity for me to express my faith and to capture that part of the James Brown story, that this Christian, very Christian story, right? And then the personal connection is that I spent 15 and a half years of my life in the prison system. I first came to national attention as a playwright in prison from cell 17, wrote my first book there. And I first connected with, I came to the faith very much the same way that James Brown did. My now pastor would be my Bobby Bird, who came into the prison. They came into the jail singing, and I went to chapel after having been in maximum security in on death row for like 6 years of my life. Went to the chapel and got pulled into the faith by a brother coming in singing and what have you. So there's so much of my life and my existence that I attribute to my faith, and so much of Bobby Bird's story that connects with my own. So I'm excited. I'm excited, and pray, y'all pray for me though, that I can hang with that with CP there. Just want to do a great job, man, and encourage people to come out and be a part of an experience that I guarantee you, as CP said, they're not going to forget, brother. They're not going to forget.
So what's been like the most rewarding part of all of this for you?
For me, the uh, uh, actually doing it for Cynthia Tyler. Aside from having an opportunity to kind of exemplify the faith through it, doing it for Cynthia, because my history with her as a local pastor, when she began in doing these kinds of shows and what have you years ago, I had probably the highest rated talk show on cable TV here in the Delaware, Pennsylvania area. And she came on to the show to do to present her programs and stuff. And so she would bring the actors and stars onto the show and what have you. Way back then, I was in a production of hers in a nightclub, and being the pastor I was, it was front page news. It was like the pastor's, doing this performance in the nightclub. That would have been like 10, 15 years ago, maybe. And back then I made her a promise that if she ever did a production and needed me in it, I would do it. Well, she popped up this year at Pastor D, I think. And so that's been the most rewarding part, really, being able just to keep my word to the sister, and with an opportunity to, like I said, perform with one of the greatest performers that I've witnessed in our lifetime. That being
Okay,
Brother.
so this for both you are yourself and CP Lacey, because I know he got to get out here in a minute. What's been the most challenging things over when it comes to putting together these shows, being a part of them, whatever the case may be, whether dealing with bad promoters, whatever it is? What's been the most challenging thing I've had to deal with?
Brother, you can go ahead and answer that
Well,
first.
if there's a challenge for me, and this is a welcome challenge, in the time that the show's been being promoted, that the promotion's been out there, I've received the the church thing. Pastor, you going to the casino and what have you? It's stimulate. It's a welcome. It's provoked a welcome challenge to me from church folk or the church world. I've even had calls from major pastors in the area. Man, you getting ready to go do this secular music in this casino, Pastor D, and I welcome that, not as a challenge, but as an opportunity for me to minister to them. Yes, absolutely, and to and
Not to cut you off, but you know why they doing that? Because they didn't think of it first. But go ahead.
huh?
I said they saying it because they didn't think of it first. It wasn't their idea first. That's why
Oh,
they saying that. But go ahead. Go ahead.
absolutely. But that's a real very real thing. I want to release my entire. I don't know if the entire congregation will be coming, but many of my congregation will be coming. I'm part of a pastor's covenant where a lot of their members are coming. And the pastors are telling me, listen, Pastor D, I've been trying for years to get these people to understand that there's absolutely nothing wrong with a Christian going to a show in a casino or anywhere else. Mind you, that Dr. King went to the pool hall to recruit people for the bus boycott and played pool and for money, in order to promote the bus boycott. So I'm at that place, that challenge. Now breaking down those stereotypes for the church, and the fact that I'm doing it, a lot of young people who go to church are coming. Because I mean, so that's the only real challenge that I can say that I have, and it's a welcome one.
Okay.
Well, my biggest challenge is trying to convince people. A lot of people are trying to say, well, we done seen James Brown this, James Brown that. We see the James Brown movie, we seen the James Brown play. But this play is something that, this is not a play, this is a production. It's a backstory of James Brown's life on tour. So you're not going to only witness James Brown. It's not James Brown, James Brown, James Brown. Like Bobby was saying, it's going to be Bobby Bird, Hank Ballard, Martha Hyde, the longest background singer for the James Brown show, Tammy Montgomery, who we all know as Tammy Terrell. She was singing with James Brown. Vicki Anderson, and the lady who sang Think. I can't think of her name right now. It's a whole cavalcade of stars that's going to... I'm a little hoarse. Look here, there's going to be a lot of people. A lot of people on that stage along with James Brown. You're going to see stuff that you never even knew before. So if you miss this show, you're going to have to wait till the next time it's coming around. So don't miss the show. But in the meantime, Brother Jacob, everybody on the panel here, I want to say, I got to get out of here because it's time for me to hit the stage. So I'm going to count this thing off and I'm going to get out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi.
I appreciate you.
All right,
All
my
right,
brother. Blessings.
All right, Mr. Williams. Just kind of introduce the people to yourself and how long.
I can hold on. I can
I'm
hold
sorry,
on,
my
man.
bad. Go ahead.
Don't do
Go
that.
ahead.
I gotta say some. I gotta say something to the good pastor, man.
Yes,
You
Okay,
sir.
know
go
what I
ahead.
mean?
Go ahead.
Pastor D, what's going on, man?
How
How
you
you doing,
doing,
man?
bro? I'm blessed.
Man,
Thank
you
you.
listen, man. Great. And I was listening to what you were saying, and shout out to Miss Cynthia. She always showed me so much love and always called me for these, special interviews, and she just always call upon me. And so I definitely want to say shout out to her, and I want to say welcome to 95 South TV. But most of all, I want to say no matter where we're at in life, we're all sinners saved by grace. And
Yeah,
and you can give a message or what we call minister to God's people, whether it's at casino, the liquor store, the baseball field, the football field,
right.
or whether it's at the gambling house. So just to hear your story and to see how amazing God has been in your life, and to see how you're engaging with the youth to bring them out, to really show them that, oh, you can do anything you want to do. Look at these ladies and gentlemen up here giving you a star-studded, edition of the James Brown tribute. So I just want to say, man, keep doing what y'all are doing, man, and man, love is peace and peace is love. Salute to you, my brother.
Thank you, bro. Yeah. That's why it's a welcome challenge. You know what I mean? And I think that's our responsibility. You know what I mean? Like you guys, this format you have here, where are you going to find? And I'm sure that everybody else has a story too, or their backgrounds are just as significant. But 15 and a half years in one cell for 23 and a half hours a day. And mind you, that just like James Brown, my deliverance came complete, meaning that I wasn't supposed to be out. I'm not, according to man's law, I'm not supposed to be sitting here before you. It took that journey. That was supposed to be forever for 1 murder, 5 robbery, 5 kidnap. So to end up going to chapel or going to church, writing 3 books, transitioning, overturning the case, coming out, living for years, becoming a pastor, finishing seminary, and then becoming the piper of the youth movement today and that kind of thing. Cynthia's been a part of that journey for me as a local pastor. You see what I mean? So And I know that that is the big piece about James Brown's life. We would not have a James Brown story if there wasn't a Bobby Bird story about being a Christian. You know, if he wasn't, a Christian who believed in, you know, I am my brother's keeper. You know,
Okay, okay. Yeah, so Mr. Williams, can you please introduce yourself and let the people know how long you've been a gospel singer?
Yeah, I'm Seville Williams. I'm here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Born in Patterson, New Jersey. Raised in Chester, Pennsylvania, where Harris is going to be.
yeah.
And I'm coming back home, and it's going to be good to see family, friends, classmates, people I hung out with, played sports with, and things like that. And come and put on a good show. I'm going to be opening up the show. And also, I'm going to be uh, a part of the show as well, singing a duet with a young lady. And then I'm also doing a Hank Ballard song that was written by James Brown for Hank Ballard. So I'm pretty excited to be a part of this production as well. I did productions um, all over the world myself. I definitely traveled Australia and did production shows over there, cruise ships and things like that. So this is when I got the call from Cynthia. We had worked together one time before out here in Vegas, so she ended up calling me again. So I'm pretty blessed for her to reach out to me because I'm pretty excited about being a part of this, and also, like I said, coming back home and letting the people back home get a chance to experience me once again.
Okay, okay. So how long have you been singing? All your life, childhood? How long have you been? I say
Yeah,
like this: how long have you been doing this? Like on a serious, like on a professional level?
I would probably say ever since probably in 10th grade in high school up until now.
Okay.
I've traveled all the Philadelphia area, Delaware, Maryland, all the East Coast, basically in that tri-state area from New York, Jersey, and I've been performing, in a local band. It was a self-destruct band. We traveled all over, and then I went out on my own, and I've been singing at, I mean, hundreds of weddings throughout the years. So started singing in church, and
Come on,
and then
man.
it propelled from there. Winning talent shows in junior high school and high school, and it just kept going from there. And I wrote my first single um, in 1984. I wrote my first single there. That was when I was doing my R&B, because I'm an R&B and a gospel singer, so I do both.
Mhm.
I'm a writer and a producer, also an entertainer as well. So um, on the gospel side, I did my first gospel single, "Always Be Thankful." I did that a couple years ago, and it charted and everything, and got some really good reviews on Spotify. I got close to 80,000 on Spotify. So everything is moving, and basically, when I come back home before the show, that week of the show, I'm going to be recording my second gospel song. So that has truly been a blessing for me. The way this has happened for me, I was introduced a couple years ago from a music director of a minister of music. He approached me and asked me, what do I ever think about singing gospel? I said, oh, yeah, let's do it. So he was like, okay, we're going to get together. He said, put your ideas together and everything like that. He said, don't act like nobody else, just be you. I said, well, I'm always going to be me. And we end up producing the first song. Now we're on the second song. So it's truly been a blessing, man. And for me to be able to write gospel music, also be able to write R&B or circuit music as well. You know.
Okay. Go ahead, Jacob.
Yeah, Seville, it's a pleasure, man. So I definitely know who you are. Actually, I used to live in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. So I know who you are, and I have a good friend up there that does TV by the name of Ivan Thomas. So I definitely know who you are, man. And you've been doing your
Amen.
thing for a minute. So you know the music world is such a universal language, but yet so small. So everybody's connected with somebody, man. And I just say keep doing what you're doing, man. And looking forward to hearing your gospel album. But I know that you're a singer, songwriter, creative R&B, and me and my brother Icon talk about this all the time. We need that good, R&B back again, and just to hear you, you know, performing this song that you're performing, in this James Brown tribute, man, that really speaks value because people somehow forget about that song, and that's when James was showing his penmanship, and so when you can show your penmanship for another artist, then
Hmm.
you are a special person. So salute to you as well, man.
Hmm.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, like I said, I'm excited to showcase what I have. And I think it's going to be a great show. I just want people to know that to really come out, support Cynthia, and it's going to be my first time being on stage with CP Lacey, so I'm excited. He's looked like a high energy guy, and plus I'm high energy as well.
Hmm.
So I think it's going to be having some people out of their seats. That's what I'm looking for.
Brothers,
Okay.
I think if I might, Mr. Host, I think it's only fair to let Seville know that, all the Chester, we're waiting for them, but brother, we're going to get word to Ivan at DET TV, our friend, and get word to Fred Green up there in Chester, Seville. They waiting on you. We got word all over the Penn Projects that Seville
Oh
is
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it Bill is not to come back without a Vegas jacket, just like the one he got on right now. Yeah, for the coat. Yeah, he got to bring one of those jackets with him. What do you think, bro? He got to bring
yes
us a
sir,
jacket.
yes sir. I'm,
Oh,
I'm gonna
okay.
have I'm gonna have something for him too. Trust me. I'm bringing I'm bringing Vegas right back to Chester.
And there we go. There, and I'm bringing the church to the casino. Ah,
Yes,
So
yes.
we got one last person, last but not least, the man with the royalty name. Well, you said you got so many names, boy. I think you royalty. You might be a king or something or something. So introduce yourself, young brother.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your man Will Wilmore the third. I am super excited, man, to be a part of this project. I've had the pleasure, man, of watching these gentlemen that are on the stage that are on this platform today, and it's going to be on the stage. I watched them for years in various aspects. Growing up, watching CP Lacey on the Apollo. Pastor D. I've known Pastor D since I was a young boy. Him and my father are good friends. And Seville, I've heard of Seville. I've never actually had a chance to meet him. So this is an honor for me, you know what I mean, to be able to share this platform with these gentlemen and to learn from their experiences, man. I have the pleasure of being one of the famous Flames, one of James's backgrounds. I'm also going to be singing background that day for a few others. That's kind of how I kind of got my start, if you will. Like Pastor D said, I've been around, man, in Seville. I've been around for a number of years now. A little bit of a young guy, but not really a young guy. I just tend to look a little younger than I am. But started in the church, man. My father, and my father was a radio TV personality as well and a pastor. So I got exposed to all types of music, all types of venues. My father is also a SAG actor, along with myself. I'm a SAG actor as well. I've had the pleasure of been in a part of a number of projects and films, big budget, small budget, local, and independent as well. So, I'm excited, man. I'm super excited. I need everybody to come out to this show because it's got something for everybody, something for every age group, and I think it's something that the community needs right now.
Okay, okay. Well, I'm I'm
Well,
glad
I
that you
can
came on here tonight. What's up?
I I can see if you see Miss Cynthia backstage in the broadcast because this is her production and she wants to come in and
Okay,
say
the
something.
Miss. Okay, I think I see somebody in the background. I wasn't sure if they're supposed to come on or not. I got you. Okay, did she come up? Something going on with her. Okay, she was something going on with her thing. It won't let me bring her up. Yeah, some she might have to come in and go off and come back in because it wouldn't let me. Whatever's going on with her, it wouldn't let me bring her up. Um, but if she come back, go out and come back in, I'll bring her back up. Um, so basically, um, with this whole production, how is people really perceiving it? Like how big? Put it like this: how big do y'all really want it to be? Like, are y'all trying to take this on a stadium level, auditorium, like touring around the country, the world? How big do y'all really want this to be?
Yeah, I'm looking for touring. I'm looking for playing in theaters. You know, I'm looking for take it overseas. Yeah, I'm looking for big things. You know.
Okay. So have y'all gotten like a lot of sponsors and like people that really want to like investors and people wanting to back it, or has it been a struggle trying to get that going?
Well, that question will go for the
Yeah, for
person that put the production together. You know.
Cynthia.
Cynthia.
Yeah.
Yeah, she will.
Okay,
She will
got you,
definitely handle all that. Yeah.
I had the
got
pleasure
you.
of I had the pleasure of being in one of her productions years ago, as I said. But I had the pleasure of seeing one of Cynthia's productions that C.P. Lacey was Prince in. And listen, man, and I pray for the blow up of all her productions.
Mhm.
I'm kind of in this one like a one shot deal because I'm actually a pastor, so I'm going back to my pastor life. So I'm very bravely jumping in this. But I want the production. What I would pray for the production is that this is a different, as CP Lacey shared with you. This is a different presentation on the whole James Brown look, at which I believe we as a people, and I'm talking about Black people
Hold on,
specifically.
Pastor. Give me 1 second, Jacob. See if you can send her the link because whatever she's going through, I think she's trying to go through the YouTube page directly. So see if you can send her the link because whatever she's doing is not. She's going through something else and it's not letting me add her. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Pastor.
Believe that we as a people in this country right now need to get back to this uh, uh, era, this part of our unrestricted artistic expression of who we are. We need this right now as a people, and that's what it is. It's not just showing up to sing and mimic some other people and highlight and memorialize an era. No, it's to inject into the culture. It's to inject or to re-inject in the culture this wonderful life, this wonderful music, this wonderful brand, and to see how it's been passed from generation to generation and revived, if you will, because our people right now need that kind of revival. You look at the kind
You,
of entertainment that is available to our people right now. You know,
hmm
is
hmm
is it entertainment that's going to make them nonviolent? Is it entertainment, or is it something that's leading us down the path of the thing? So but yeah,
you know what I would say, like to say, Pastor, is this is one thing I like what you said about the youth being brought into it because I had a heated discussion with somebody. I ain't gonna say who it is, but I had a heated discussion with somebody, and basically, they were saying that um that they don't like this new that I guess when people try to use hip hop or they try to use R&B sound or hip hop sound,
mhm,
as far as to get the gospel out, to get that
mhm,
word out. And I said I try to tell them at the end of the day, as long as you're talking about God, the I guess the sound doesn't matter. So if you're rock and roll, but you're talking about Jesus, if you're a hip hop and you got a hip hop beat, but you talk about Jesus, if you got if you whatever it is, R&B, whatever genre of music, as far as the production side of it, if you're talking about God, it doesn't
Mhm.
matter, especially if it's bringing the youth into the
Right,
picture. So
right,
at the end of the day, I may be wrong, but I never known nowhere in the Bible where it said it got to sound a certain way. It just said
right.
everybody use their voice to sing and open up your mouth. It
It,
didn't say you had to say it a certain way as long as you praising God and giving him his reference.
now
You know what I'm saying?
here is why this particular show is exactly the person that needs to be at this show. Do you know why? They get to see, as CP shared with you, the backstory about the tours, and they will discover that Bobby Bird, the brother that I'm playing, impacted and influenced hip hop more than he did the genre of music that he performed, and that at the conclusion of his life, that in fact Jay-Z leveled him up, as I understand, with $20 million for his contribution. He was more sampled than James Brown or any other artist by the hip hop community than any other artist, Bobby Bird. And so here you have a situation where they're saying, okay, well, I don't like them using the hip hop genre. Now, I'm not saying that the way you see Kirk Franklin going and the extremity of it. I'm just talking about as you are using the hip hop genre to promote God. You and somebody that's trying to religify that and say that that's not proper. I would refer them to the book. Well, show me in the book where that's so, because David certainly introduced a new style of music to to the church when he came with his way of presenting it, you know, in his format and what have you. And then from David on, we've always come up with new and innovative ways to present or market Christ to people. So that's just a very silly position to take, and it's a fearful position to take. You're afraid somehow that God is not going to be God if he's presented in this package, but he's still going to be God if you near my God to thee. Come on. You know what I
Hey,
mean? But
hey,
this
Pastor
show,
D,
yeah,
you know what,
Yes,
Pastor
sir.
D,
Yes,
man,
Jacob, you back?
you
Yes,
know,
sir. I'm
you know,
here.
Yeah, you got any questions?
Now, man, I just say, man, what's the biggest impact that anybody can understand is even with this show, this production that Miss Cynthia is doing, she's giving people inspiration. She's giving hope. She's giving them
oh,
a push. She's
I love
she's putting people on the forefront so people can see. And for her to have this at Harold's Casino, this is big. This is on one
it.
of the
Yeah,
biggest stages that people that we
yeah.
see on TV never even get on. So this is phenomenal.
And we need to get them out. We need to get them there. You know, this is
everybody.
something. What other show has something for ex-convicts, for former you know what I mean, former players, for all of the aspects and what, like CP said, the backstory of individual people are. What other show is there now that presents something for young people, something for the seniors, and good music performed by people like Brother Seville there. Come on. It's there. It's, you know what I mean? It's there. And I'm honored that Cynthia and her relationships with us, that's what I'm hearing in each of these interviews. I find out that it's Cynthia's relationship, just like with me, just a good sister, understand, who has good relationships with good people. I don't think that she thinks of it as, oh, I know this star or that star. She immediately engages us in a project that's meant to lift people and cause people to fall in love with themselves all over again.
Well, I know she trying to something. I don't know what's going on, but if she's listening, hopefully we can have her back on on the next episode that we do, so she can have kind of had a floor to herself to really explain the whole show or whatever. I apologize for any reason why we can't bring her up. Saying something about authentication, so I don't know what's going on. I've never seen that.
You're in Kentucky, right?
Huh?
You're in Kentucky?
No, well, I'm in Kentucky right now. Yeah.
Oh, you gonna make it? You're gonna make it in though. You're gonna be in Chester when he delivers when Silk delivers the
Well,
jacket.
I'm headed. I'm headed to Georgia right now. I live in Atlanta,
Oh,
so
you
that's
in
where I'm
it?
headed to right. Yeah, that's where I
Okay.
live right now.
Well, we there.
Yeah, yeah.
We're there
Huh?
too.
When
We're
y'all
there.
coming to Atlanta?
Oh no, I don't mean the production. I'm talking about us.
Oh, okay, okay. Got you, got you. Y'all live there. Got you, got you. Okay, y'all need to bring it to Atlanta, like something like that. Oh, y'all make a killing down there in Atlanta. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Something like that, dealing with James Brown, and especially being he's from the South. Because matter of fact, James Brown's from Georgia, ain't
Augusta, from Augusta,
Well,
GA.
he? Yeah,
well,
Augusta. Yeah,
well,
he's from
he
Augusta.
well, he moved to Augusta when he was younger, but he was born in Barnwell, South Carolina, which is only about 40 minutes from Augusta.
Right.
So y'all bring that to Atlanta. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
y'all definitely need to find a way to bring that to Atlanta. Whatever y'all need to do, because y'all would make
Yeah.
y'all all up and down through Georgia, Augusta, Atlanta, Macon,
Yeah.
all the Albany.
I pre
Y'all make some good money.
I preached down there, and I went to his club, in fact, and gave a little talk. Third World, they called it, at 15th Street, Augusta, GA. I
Yes,
went
sir.
down. I had to go down there and give him little northern gangster preaching, and it was good.
Hey,
So, and he's honored and respected there in Augusta to this day in a proper way. And that's another thing. One of the things this production does, I think, is continue to keep. Can you see how our legacy is being taken away in every instance?
mm-hmm.
My dear friend and kind of mentor, Bill Cosby, taught me many things, and I love Dr. Cosby, but I I see how our legacy is taken away from college, trying to take our pictures out of the museums and make sure that we are forgotten stars and what have you.
Mm-hmm.
We're living in a time where there is an intentional satanic effort to do away with to kill our legacy, and we have to do things that preserve and protect the legacies. And so I think this is the timing is just amazing. So we got to get as many
Yeah.
people there as we can so they can
So,
be
so,
legacy
so
keepers
one,
with us.
so one thing about them trying to kill Alexa, they can't.
They can't.
Um, they
They can wipe
they
it out.
they they, they want to sound like us. They want to be us. They want to look like us. You know, they want their women to look like our women. So they could never take it away. They can they can try to dispose of it, but you can't dispose of what God first created. Because we are the original people. So that could never happen.
Yeah, yeah. So, a fun fact, real quick. Actually was born in Augusta, Georgia. I grew up in the North Carolina, but I was born in Augusta, Georgia. But anyway, before we get out of here, I want to send it around the room. Let everybody have their last final words. I'm gonna start with Mr. Williams at the bottom, and you kind of get any last words that you may have.
Yeah, I just want to say, buy your tickets. Come on out. Bring your cousins, your uncles, your nephews, your nieces, your grandmothers, aunts. I mean, come on out and experience something that they can remember. And also, with the pastor mentioned about the young people, they need to see this as well. So, we're looking forward to presenting, something that's going to be, always remembered, and we are looking to go to places like you mentioned, like, Georgia, and really just really let this thing take off, And so I just want to say, come out, buy your tickets. They're going fast. The VIPs is filling up and everything. So, get on the link and go to Facebook and go ahead and purchase your tickets because you don't want to miss this fantastic show. You just don't want to miss it. I'm Seville Williams. You can also reach me at Seville Williams Seville on Facebook, also Seville Williams on Instagram. Also you can follow me also on Spotify, Seville Williams. And so I just want to say, thanks for having me on this show. And I'm looking forward to performing and looking forward to this show being a great success. And thanks to Cynthia, Tyree.
Hey, Icon,
Yeah.
let me say it before you go to the next person now. Mr. Williams, I let you slide easy tonight. I didn't want to say nothing. But man, I don't know if you was here another lifetime, but that jacket looked like it came from Bobby Womack.
And it's coming to church.
Hey, when he first came on the screen, I didn't know that was Ron Isley brother or what was going on. That's why I was like, let me tread lightly now.
Hey,
You
Pastor, let me tell you one thing I learned. And this coming from some old timers. And old timers got some stories for you. But listen, I'm gonna make it really short. They told me to never, as an entertainer, the audience outdress you. So that did you get that?
Yeah, they told me that
They
in
said
seminary.
never. Yes, sir. Never let your audience outdress you.
you hear that, Jacob? Now, will you be trying to make fun of me because you be talking about I'll be overdressing sometimes? Now you heard the OG say it. Hey,
Yeah,
Nah,
when you become a pastor and a preacher, it's gonna change. They're gonna say, never let the audience undress you. You
that's
get
a
that.
good one. That's a good one, Pastor. But go ahead, Will. Go ahead, Will. Yeah, that's a good one right there, Pastor. Go ahead,
Well,
Will.
it's an honor. It's a pleasure to see you, man. I'm over here just. I'm a 68-year-old proud papa because both Seville there and Brother Wilmore, man, and he was very modest. Again, Brother Wilmore here is the son of Pastor Bill Wilmore Seville. He was not just the radio host and a SAG member. This brother was for years Channel 12 TV, the baddest newscaster. Listen, I got in a show at the Grand Opera House with his daddy. It was called Battle of the Singing Preachers, and they got all of the best singing pastors in Delaware, and we went down to Grand Opera House and had a battle. Right, his father came out like the Nat King Cole of singing, with wavy hair, the spotlight, and I was born by the river. Man, he blew us off the stage. And he is the first person who drove me to Philadelphia, and I was in the movie Cream, the De Niro movie Cream, where Pastor Wilmore took me to Philadelphia to audition and got me in as an extra in this movie. Just as a this. So we're talking about people, Seville, Brother Wilmore, who have been bred with love in this thing. So what you think is going to happen and come out of them when we get in that ballroom, in addition to the ladies who are in the show and Brother CP, it's about to be a wonderful experience. And we do need to encourage everybody who's planning to come. Get some young person. You understand? Because listen to me, they belong to this medium we're on. They belong to it. It dictates, 24 hours a day. They are on this medium, not necessarily this type of show, but they're on there getting other kinds of music and other kinds of messages, and they're being controlled by it. And so there's a need for them to get a dose of what we do, what Mr. Brown and the others will do. There's a need for that right now at this time. It'll preserve our legacy. It'll send a message, even as far as Trump. You know, if we make this show successful, because listen, he and others are currently involved in attempting to cause us to forget how important preserving our legacy is, you know, and not just in our music. You know, he's taking down statues and, you know, trying to even changing the writing on President Obama's picture up there in the White House. It's that serious to other folks. So it should be equally as serious to us to say, we will not forget. We will preserve. We'll preserve our music. We'll preserve our heroes. We will preserve our legacy. And like the brother said, like your co-host said, no one can destroy it. So you want to be a
Appreciate
legacy?
that, Pastor.
Huh?
Appreciate that, Pastor. So I'm gonna let Will have the last comments, and then I'm gonna have Pastor pray us out of here.
Man, listen, you know, it's been said 1,000 times over and over again throughout this show how important it is that everybody be an active participant in what we're doing and what we're bringing. You know, after the show is over, we need to make sure that the word is spread even further about what they've learned, what they witnessed, what they saw. You know, the one thing that if I could key on one thing, you know, we say that God is God of all, but God can't be God of all if he's not in every place. And so here we are taking it to another place that seems unconventional to some, right? Doesn't matter. He needs representation there. And what you see on the stage, what you're going to see by the ladies and gentlemen that's a part of this production, is a representation of the spirit of the African American male or female, spirit and the legacy of music and heritage, generational information being passed down from one to another. That's why it's important that everybody be a part, young, old, it doesn't matter. Come out to this show and witness and experience something that you will never forget.
Okay, thank you. Cool. So, Pastor D, I'm gonna let you pray us up out of here, and we're gonna call it a night. And God bless everybody who tuned in to us. Pastor, take it away.
My pleasure. Our Lord and our God, we thank you for the time that you have blessed us with, God. We ask you to extend your hand now and touch and bless and keep our dear sister Cynthia higher, God. You have blessed her with your Elohim, with your creative power, God. And we thank you for the blessing that you have placed upon her and the responsibility. We thank you for our hosts, God. Would you keep them and put a hedge of protection about them, even as their platform now has been an instrument in your hands. Bless this production. Let us now leave footprints on water, God. Let us do that miraculous thing that only our best singers, our best performers can do. You have given us our history and shown us that the songs that were sang on the slave ships we came over on, the songs that were sang, you called them footprints on water. No other species on earth can leave footprints on the water. We now leave our footprints on the waters of the floods that are flooding in on your people. Bring people out even to this function, God. Bring them to you, God, in any way that you desire. Use us and keep us. Have mercy upon us. And keep us even in this day as we leave this broadcast, but never your presence. Bless all who have watched and all who hear. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
So
Thank you.
I thank all of y'all for coming on, giving us y'all time. I know y'all very busy people, but I feel blessed and privileged to have you gentlemen on. And Miss Cynthia, we will have you back on. I'm gonna have Jacob schedule you hopefully this coming up week, so we can really get the full understanding of what's going on and the people can get it. So y'all have a blessed and wonderful week. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully we can make it out to one of those shows. Y'all have a blessed night.
Be adjusted.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, we out here.
Brown skin girl, and she knew I was out to go and clear my mind. The girl, she's